Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thugging, give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Josh here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back for the reaction to Better Call Saul. This is the final season, season 6, episode 6, Axe and Grind. I'm surprised it's not actually Axe to Grind, but I guess every single episode title for this final season, at least the first half, has been like that so far, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, we were coming off of a great episode. We actually got to see the showdown of the century. My boy Howard actually knocked out, came through with a clutch KO of Saul, which was great to see, and honestly, it was very much deserved. But on top of that, or right after that, it was actually revealed that Howard now has his own PI looking into Saul and following him, tracking his every move. So I don't know, there's a lot of speculation that actually came from that. There's one actual comment from one of my subscribers that I do want to shout out here and highlight, because I'm pretty much feeling like we're going to go in the same direction as what she actually said, and here's what Jane had to say. I'm guessing that Howard somehow ends up wrong time, wrong place with Jimmy, and Lalo kills him. Kim will feel so guilty about being involved with Howard's death that she will just up and leave. So I don't know, I feel like that's the most likely route that we are going to go, because now that we've already had Nacho's death, that was definitely one I didn't want to see, but it was fully expected. With Kim, everybody just expects her to die, at least from what I'm seeing in regards to comments and other reactors as well. I just don't see it going down like that. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know. With Nacho's death, I fully expected him to die, even though I didn't want to see it. And now that he has been killed off, I don't see them going that route with Kim. I could be completely wrong about that. We shall see. But on top of all that, at the end of the episode, we also finally caught up with Lalo. We haven't seen him since, I think it was the first episode, and a mystery woman that he was with. But that mystery woman actually ended up being revealed as Werner Ziegler's wife, who we had never met before. We had only heard about her, and she actually seemed like a nice woman. I'm glad that Lalo didn't do anything to her or Little Bear. But yeah, I don't know what exactly Lalo's plan is now moving forward, because obviously he tracked down, he got some info, he found some stuff. Where does he go from here? What's his next step in regards to going back to Albuquerque and getting his revenge on Gus? I guess there's only one way to find out, but if you guys look for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in, let's check it out. Let's go. Let's see how we start this episode. It's always something clever, always keeping us guessing. Somebody's nervous. Oh, is this young Kim? We saw her last season. I don't know if it's the same actress.
What is going on with you? She's never done anything like this before, never.
That's like the fan base talking to Kim through the screen.
She was caught red-handed.
A thief. And what was so wonderful that you just had to steal it?
Earrings and a necklace.
All this over that.
And a necklace. This is coming out of your allowance. I don't care if it takes 10 years.
Yo, tough love.
She's going to wish we called the police.
It almost also feels like a scam by her mother, where she knows if she does all this, she won't actually have to go through with paying it, and the police won't actually get involved.
That's the block.
Yeah, smile. Did she steal something on her way out?
Nip it in the bud.
I knew it. It was like a ploy by her mother. Her mother was a schemer too. Always had a bad influence in her life.
Relax. You got away with it.
Morning. How'd you sleep?
Don't recognize her. Honestly, at first I thought it was Rebecca.
Mattress out there?
It's fine. That is for you.
Thanks.
Yo, he worked at Starbucks in a former life.
Can't believe it's been a whole year.
He had perfected that. She just pours it in. This makes me feel worse for Howard.
Actually, there is something.
He's dealing with enough at home.
Situation I'm dealing with.
Leave him alone.
You remember what was going on with Chuck's brother, Jimmy?
You mean with the bowling balls?
I think it's getting worse.
Knocked him out, but it's not over with.
You might hear or see something. I will put an end to this, whatever it takes.
We shall see.
I thought you should know.
He got lunch for himself and his receptionist at around 1:30, the Vietnamese place again. Then in the...
What's this?
That was 3 days ago. Only time he broke the pattern. Stopped at Craddock Marine over on Central instead of going straight to the office. Looked like he made a cash withdrawal. I'd say somewhere in the ballpark of
This guy's pretty good, but we know Saul
he'd need that much cash in the
has his people too.
No legitimate reason.
Is this the vet now? I was just saying, Saul has his people too. This vet is low-key like the MVP of the show too.
But I want to keep him for a few
Hooked up Mike with these jobs.
Reactions. After that,
Previously saved Nacho's life. Mike or Saul? Mike or Saul?
just give it a little more time. Look all the way to the right.
What's it gonna feel like?
Depends on how used to caffeine you are.
Wait, what?
And how long is it gonna last?
Is the guy roughly your size?
Yeah.
Hour or two.
It sounds like one hell of a trip.
This stuff is not showing up on any blood panel they're running in this town. You're gonna do this. This is the way to go. Here.
Whoa. Promise me this has been sterilized.
It's brand new.
It's like, where are you sticking that thing? Hold
I
up.
cannot wait to be done with all of this. Look over there. See that? That's what it's all about.
Yo, best character.
Animals in my life.
This entire
This other
series.
stuff. It's
I've
getting
never
too
resonated with
much.
the character so
No
much.
offense. Once I sell my little black book, it's gonna be all animals all the time.
Black book?
Yeah, keys to the kingdom. You know, you call me up, you're looking for a someone. Keep all my someones in here.
Is it coded?
Oh.
Yep.
All right, yeah. I think we found the Zodiac killer.
Well, I'm not keeping my contacts in plain English.
Vacuum.
Best quality vacuum.
Yo, I just got chills. I think that was a bit of foreshadowing right there too.
Do you think?
Fingers crossed. Wishful thinking.
Did you see how many people he had in that book?
Well, he knows what he wants. Oh my God.
What?
What are we looking at? Pupil.
How does this pass the smell test?
This morning, I did an informal survey of the courthouse parking lot, and by my count, over a third of the vehicles had something similar hanging from their rearview mirrors. I believe your car was one of them, Your Honor. So either this is an incredible coincidence, or Officer Connell recognized my client and used the dangler as a pretext to violate his Fourth Amendment rights.
Kim is good. Cliff was impressed there too.
I've been meaning to ask, if you don't mind, how did you leave things with Howard Hamlin?
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Howard. I wouldn't be an attorney. I wouldn't have met my husband.
Paid for schooling.
I owe Howard and HHM a lot.
Pretty sure she paid it back though.
Have you heard of the Jackson Mercer Foundation?
Of course. They fund justice reform programs on the East Coast. I wish we had something like that out here.
Well, it's a bit hush-hush at the moment, but we will soon. And that's what I want to talk to you about.
Yo, there's opportunities Kim has where she doesn't have to go this route with the Howard stuff.
We're closed.
Kim, hey.
Hey, everyone.
We started late because someone took forever to get the equipment.
I don't control when they do inventory.
Weigh in on this?
Okay. All right. Let's try this one. Just trim it a little bit and put wax on the ends.
Yes, that one. Trimmed and waxed. Everything okay?
Yeah.
The Jackson Mercer Foundation, that's like the Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
Cliff thinks I have a good shot.
They're a good shot. You have more than a shot. They're gonna love you on sight.
The only thing is, the lunch is on D-Day.
You don't have to be there on the day. Was Eisenhower on Omaha Beach? No. Kim, this is great.
I'm guessing D-Day is going to be next episode.
It is pretty great.
Kim, this is fantastic.
Because it's the mid-season finale. Dexter? One of Ziegler's guys. They might want revenge too. And actually work with Lalo.
Guten Tag. Das ist Privatgelände. Wen suchen Sie?
You. Gonna kill him with kindness. Yeah, grab that axe.
Do I know you?
I don't think we've officially met.
Why is he running? I mean, he's scared for his life, but at least hear him out first. This is not going the way that I thought. They could have helped each other. I feel like he's gonna pop out any second, though. There it is.
Who are you? Who are you?
He could have killed him right there.
I want to know.
If he hit him with the other side of the axe.
I want to know what he's doing.
See, if you just would have started out with this. Yo. That was so slick. His fucking ankle.
Tie that off.
Fix yourself up.
To death. You're not gonna have a talk.
Walk it off. That was fucking intense. I thought he was actually dying there. Meanwhile, he was going for the Oscar, switchblade in hand. It all makes sense.
Is this even legal?
I'm sorry. Which of us went to law school? Here, put it on speaker and let me hear.
Hamlin McGill. Hi. There. I'm calling because my mother is well, I guess she's a client of yours. She lives in the Sandpiper.
There she goes.
Living.
Shaky at first. I think she's got it.
Thing is, she's lost her dial-in instructions. I'm just looking everywhere and can't find them. Bless your heart. She'll be so relieved.
Okay, it's very simple.
Sure is a warm one out there.
8,
Damn,
4,
they're
2,
good.
1,
They got the
5,
passcode.
9.
That's right.
Okay.
Was that so hard?
You've corrupted her.
Whoa, stop! No, wait, don't turn around. Finish what you're doing. Finish.
What the f?
Clean up on aisle 9.
Yeah, she doesn't do that.
Hi, Pop Top.
Hey, kiddo. You ready
Knowing
for
his fate, man, it's actually killing me.
Yeah.
How's your view? Not too much light?
We don't really know their fates. I really hope they're okay afterwards, after Breaking Bad. They may not be able to live like the lavish life, but I just hope they get by alright.
Oh, it's Leo the Lion. I see him. There's his head.
Look how proud he is. He's like the perfect grandfather.
Oh, it's...
Aside from that one time he snapped on her and she hid in her room. I still don't know exactly what's going to go down on D-Day. I mentioned it. We've seen the scheme board. I just don't know what it exactly means. I'm seeing Red Bull, double. There's still time to back out, Kim. You don't have to do this.
Out where? Omaha Beach. Here's to tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Next episode. Next week. Are they right outside Hamlin McGill? Yep. Aren't there cameras?
Sorry. I don't think we have it, sir.
You do. I'm looking at it.
Gotta warn you, though, it's on the pricey side.
I've seen that top so many times.
Worth every penny.
Obviously, that's for their celebration afterwards, but I don't feel like there's going to be any celebrating.
That's all I paid for.
That's the judge? If he didn't go there to pick that up, they would have been screwed already with their plan.
What is more important than that?
Don't crash again, Kim.
You're not gonna believe this, but I just ran into Casemiro, the real one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Before you ask, he didn't shave his mustache. He broke his arm. And I just checked all the pictures, and you could see his arm in every single one of them. No cast.
Where is that? Shit.
Did he break his arm, though?
Hey.
Look at it this way. If I hadn't seen him...
Pull his medical records.
Just do your thing in Santa Fe.
Gotta regroup. Do not go through with this. I feel like he's being reasonable here.
It happens today.
Fuck! Kim, no! Chills. God damn. No, I don't want to see this mid-season finale. It just ended right there. Alright. Had to shut that off quick. All I saw was Saul running with something in his hand. Alright. Okay, shit started hitting the fan at the end of that episode. Before I jump right into everything, I might as well just start with my recap introduction. Alright guys, that was Better Call Saul, final season, season 6, episode 6, Axe and Grind. And I was just saying, everything started going to shit there at the very end of the episode. Super intense. I can't freaking wait for the next one. Why do we gotta wait another week? Because I want to watch it right now. Even though they were saying like D-Day is tomorrow, it was actually the same day there. Yet we have to wait another full week, which really sucks. That shows how freaking good the show actually is. It's got me like wanting the next episode that freaking badly. But yeah, as always, a lot to discuss. I freaking love this episode. I'm sure you guys did as well. Hopefully you guys did. Let me know in the comments down below. But Yeah, where should we start? I think we might as well go back to the very beginning of the episode because I feel like this episode had a lot of foreshadowing and just a lot of character transitioning as well in regards to Francesca and Kim with the foreshadows and Howard seeing his personal life also. And we actually got to meet his wife. It was very brief, but we did actually get to meet Howard Hamlin, Mrs. Hamlin, this episode. She was brought up, I think it was just like an episode or two ago. So to have her actually pop up now, job well done. They basically set us up for it, which is very nice to see. And man, I just got to say this out loud because there's a lot that went down. I think this was a short episode too, like 45 minutes, 40 minutes. So we had the Lalo stuff with Ziegler's men. We had a little bit of Howard. We had Kim. We had a lot of stuff with Saul, like this episode. All right. Going back to the very beginning of the episode, before I forget, you can tell like my mind is scrambled. It's a good episode when I'm jumping from topic to character. Let's just go back, settle down, simmer a little bit here because the end of the episode hyped me up. Like I want the next episode so bad right now. But all right, back to the very start. Woosah. We did see a young Kim once again. I think it was last season also where we did see young Kim, and I actually really did like the first scene that we saw with her where she was basically being responsible young adult, where her mother actually went to pick her up, and I guess she had some drinks. She was drinking and driving, and then even Kim, being young, was smart enough to realize that that's not the smartest decision to actually go with her mother or go with anybody that's drinking and driving. And she's like, no, I'll walk. And then her mother was like snapping that episode, like, Kimmy, it's freezing cold. You're going to walk 20 miles in the snow. It wasn't snowing, but you get what I'm saying. Be smarter than that. Just get in the car. And then she's like, you know what? Screw it. I'll see you at home then. Be that way. You're always going to be stubborn. And then we saw it once again this episode, how stubborn she was at the very end. Kim, it's freaking killing me. Another thing I definitely want to bring up, I'm just going to say it here before I actually get to it, is the vet, because he might be one of my favorite characters of the entire series after this episode. And we had some actual, I don't know, some character development with him as well, which is not something I expected. And halfway through the final season, a side character getting some extra character development, but I'm here for it. I'm a fan of animals. I have 2 cats myself, so yeah. Anytime I see a character basically express their love for animals and wanting to do right by animals, I'm obviously going to get on board with that. How could you not? So that was freaking awesome and great to see. I did not expect that at all this episode, but yeah, going back once again to young Kim. And I don't know, I guess she had got in trouble this episode, stealing something. That didn't seem like the young Kim that we had met previously, that we had met before, but her mother showed up and kind of ripped her a new one in front of, I still wasn't sure who exactly that was. I'm like, was that a teacher? Was that like a store manager? I guess it was a manager or something, but it definitely seemed like they're in a back office. Yeah, I guess it was a store. But then, yeah, her mom showed up, and they definitely hired a good actress to play her mom also, because there was definitely a little bit of a resemblance there. She was definitely super meaner, and I guess you could see where Kim gets some of this shiesty side from and why she kind of is drawn like a magnet to Saul or Jimmy, whatever you want to call him, because her mom was the exact same way. So it kind of all makes sense now. I get it. I'm not like a psychiatrist where I break down characters' histories growing up, why they are a certain way, but I feel like that really does explain a lot what we saw with that opening scene. But her mom was pretending to rip her a new one when she's like, all right, we'll pay her. I only have $17. It costs $35. We will be back. It will be coming out of her allowance. Call the police. Throw the book at her. Lock her away if you have to. And then the manager was just like, you know what? It's fine. Just go home. It's a slap on the wrist that you basically just gave her right here. It's fine. Chill. You don't need to go do all that. He's probably like, yo, that's a lot of paperwork too. I don't want to do that either. So I get where he's coming from, but he also knows it's a little kid. Like, I remember, all right, off-topic side story. When I was in high school once, I think it was grade 9, me and my buddy, I don't know, this one kid that, I'm not going to say any names or anything, this one kid that I went to high school with, he showed up with basketball jersey, brand new, super fresh, and like every single day for an entire week, he was showing up with new jerseys. And then I talked to him, like, yo, where are you getting all these jerseys from? And then he let me know, yo, I'm swiping these from Foot Locker. I'm like, all right, I'm down. Let's freaking go. And then the thing is, I didn't want to actually be the one to steal those, so he didn't have a backpack that day, so I gave him my backpack, and then he shoved the stuff in my backpack, and then I was right outside the store walking out casual. I wanted to make sure if the alarms went off, I was outside the store already. But I kind of went back for him because I felt bad. The alarms went off. He got tackled. And then they saw that I was with him, and then I could have ran, I could have got away, but my backpack was there too, and I still need my backpack for the next day of school, but I ended up getting busted too with them, even though I wasn't the one that actually stole, so I feel like, I don't know, I should have actually gotten busted, but I guess I was an accomplice, according to the law, and yeah, it was more or less a slap on the wrist. There was no charges. They basically just brought me home, and I got it super lucky because my foster brother was actually outside cutting the front lawn, cutting the grass while I showed up in the back of a cop car. This is grade 9, mind you, like before I started really going down a bad path, dark path, getting in trouble with the law. And for those wondering now, spoiler alert, I turned my life around, but going back, it's so freaking crazy. My foster brother was outside, who was actually my foster mom's real legitimate son, and I made a deal with him basically where, because he was like, I think like 25 at the time. The police officer handed me off to him, and then I made a deal with him, like to do some extra chores in his place, to not actually tell my foster mom, his mom, what actually went down. So she never actually found out about any of it. I never got in any trouble at all, but I did have to do some chores for my foster brother. He kind of blackmailed me, but I didn't mind because it would have been a hell of a lot worse if my foster mom would have actually found out. Crazy story, right? I don't know where the spin-off kind of came off, back to the intro, but that's my closest occurrence in regards to resembling what Kim went through this episode. And then at the very end, as they're walking out, Kim's mom's just basically like, well, you got away with it, Kim, even though she didn't technically get away with it. And she gave her the earrings and everything. She got to keep it either way. But I don't know what exactly was going through young Kim's head or her mind at that time. Even like current Kim, I can never tell what's going through her head because, yeah, even when her mom in the car was like, you got away with it, here you go. And like laughing about it all, like not even in the least bit of trouble. You just see her looking out the window, and I don't know. It was very like, she was kind of like analyzing the entire situation. I don't know if she was kind of like thinking how far she can get away with stuff like that. But then afterwards, she clearly doesn't go that route as she gets older. Like she cleans up her act, much like myself. But I guess at some point, Jimmy, Saul, he makes her fall back to old ways. This is the route that she could have gone, and now she's going back to it, which is super crazy. I guess that's what I take. I'm sure there's a million different ways you could have read that opening, but that's probably what I took away from that opening sequence involving young Kim, meeting young Kim once again. But yeah, where should we go to next? Because there's a lot that went down this episode. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get to everything, but I do really want to discuss the vet, because he's kind of been like the MVP of Better Call Saul. Like out of the side characters, he might just be my favorite side character now, because obviously he's always hooked up everybody with the jobs. We saw this episode with his little black book, super coded as well, Zodiac. Saul even made the joke, which was freaking spot on. That was great. But man, he actually hooked up Mike with everything, like the path that everybody went on, like intersecting, everybody crossing paths also. He's kind of like the main culprit or the main reason why everybody has crossed paths and gotten to this point, which is super cool to see. And I actually really like that. But him revealing this episode that like he wants out, I don't know if hopefully he does get to actually make it out, but out the game. But when you're part of the game, who knows if you ever truly make it out, you know? So we shall see. But I do have high hopes that he actually does make it out, much like I do Kim also, because there was the other bit of foreshadowing this episode when they're going through his black book, and it kind of, that was a perfect segue also, talk about the vet in regards to this. But yeah, they find the card, best vacuum service or whatever the card said. We all know the vacuum guy. I brought it up before actually when I was saying on record that I don't think Kim is going to die in this series or at all in regards to the show. And I brought up the vacuum guy, and then some of you guys did let me know that the actor that plays him has passed away. I think he was in Twin Peaks also, I'm pretty sure. At least he got to be a part of that, like the revival season before he eventually passed. I'm pretty sure I only watched the revival season once, but I'm pretty sure I did remember seeing him in it. But either way, maybe there was some stuff already filmed, some old footage they could use, stock footage, I don't freaking know, but there was definitely a reason. I don't think that was just a little Easter egg. I 100% believe that that was a foreshadowing for Kim and her ultimate fate and her exit from the series and from the show. I could be wrong about that. That's just a theory, just a speculation on my behalf, my part. Feel free to discuss that further in the comments below and let me know why I'm 100% wrong. I have no problem with that. But if there is anybody on board or also thinks I might be onto something, let me know that also. gives me some confidence in regards to my speculation and my analysis. But yeah, I really like that because the vet too, he's basically saying like, I just basically want out the game. It's all about that. He looks at his wall of pets. I don't know exactly what the heading was or if it was just pets. I don't know if there was a title to it, but he's basically like, yeah, it's all about them, man. I freaking love that, man. I'm an animal lover. You guys know that. You guys have seen appearances from Ghost. I'm surprised he hasn't popped up yet. Usually when I do my recaps, he's around. Maybe it's only my Game of Thrones reactions that he knows to pop up in. But yeah, MVP, potential side character MVP of the entire series. I think that title might have to go to the vet because there's other characters that in this series that I freaking love. I don't consider Mike a side character, Gus side character, Lalo side character, Nacho side character. Like, they're part of the main cast. It's these smaller characters. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Maybe some of the characters I just named you guys do consider side characters. Let me know your side character MVP also in the comments down below. But yeah, where should we go to next? Because we did see quite a few, not only foreshadowing, but transitions between characters or of characters this episode. Also, Francesca, she's another side character. She could also be in that if you're listing off potential MVP side characters, but we definitely saw some transformation or the evolution of Francesca in regards to becoming a cold-hearted bitch. We saw the phone call that she was forced to make this episode. We saw the setup, and it was actually a really nice waiting room that she put together. I actually really liked it. It's better than my freaking living room. I could definitely live in that, but we saw how the clientele actually treated it, putting the cigarette butt out on the chair. Man, that actually pissed me off, and that wasn't even my chair. I felt bad for Francesca at that moment, but yeah, her evolution, it's happening in front of her eyes. You love to see it, but you kind of don't because she's so sweet and innocent, and yeah, she's coming Breaking Bad. Francesca is not sweet and innocent, so we know the transformation is coming, so it was eventually, we did have to see it. We are seeing it now, and it is kind of great to see, even though it is also rough, and I'm rooting against it. But the whole office scenario, the whole office scene, we saw the drawer full of cell phones, we saw the clientele like pissing in stuff, and then now we know why the waiting room does become like it actually does become. Because I also said this episode, like, how does it change so much when it was first set up and Kim walks in to the waiting room? She's like, yo, this is fancy, super classy. And I was like, yo, it is pretty nice and fancy and super classy. I like it. I agree. Come Breaking Bad, it is not any of that. You got like the cheapest chairs ever on like just regular flooring, no carpet. Like, she does not give a fuck. I'm pretty sure she's behind glass come Breaking Bad, not just having her desk up and all her papers and everything up there where everybody can just see and grab also. So yeah, the change is coming, and I think we definitely saw a large part of it this episode. We saw a lot of interesting stuff this episode. We saw Howard's wife. It was very brief, but it was still nice to finally meet her. I just feel even worse for Howard, the fact that they're screwing him over and doing all these things to him, because clearly his home life is not good. We already found that out this season by him going to therapy, but him even making that like espresso, whatever fancy dish that was for his wife, and she just pours it in the cup to go. She's like, yeah, she doesn't even look at it, like take a second to appreciate it. That kind of pissed me off also. I feel so bad for Howard. He just seems like an all-around good guy. He was struggling with Chuck's death for a while. Like, he's clearly pulled himself together. Like, he does not deserve this. He's already let his wife know about Jimmy or Saul, so that's good at least. He's trying to have open communication. I don't know, am I alone in rooting for him? Because I have no reason to root against them. Yes, the first season or two, he's kind of a dick to Kim and Jimmy, but I feel like he wasn't actually the one being a dick. It was Chuck wasn't the one actually being a chick, but combined a couple of words there, but no, it was mostly Chuck. So even going back on rewatches, you can't really be mad at Howard. So I don't know. I like his character. I guess he could kind of be considered a side character MVP also. So he's in that category. He's not an official main character, but he's definitely played his part in the series. I freaking think he's a great character in the show. I definitely love all the characters in the show, so it's kind of hard to choose, but yeah, that scene was very brief with him this episode. It was still nice to me, but the next thing I do want to talk about before I kind of close things up and finish things off here with my recap, because the next episode is going to be the big one, the mid-season finale. That's when D-Day is going to come and everything's going to pop off. But Lalo, here I was thinking he tracked down Ziegler's men to actually put together a new crew, because they would have reason to go against Gus and Mike also doing what they did to Ziegler. that was not the case at all. I don't know why he was going to actually kill him off. I thought they could have worked together. I might need you guys to fill me in a little bit in regards to that because, I don't know, I read that scene completely wrong. I thought he was going there to build a crew and going for assistance before he makes his way back to Albuquerque. I don't fully get that one, but I don't agree with it at all. And I guess the guy knew he was coming too, because the second he saw Lalo, he booked it. Like, same bolt, he was fucking running. Like, he knew. And then he could have got away. Like, he waited, he tried to take out Lalo. I don't know. That wasn't very smart on his behalf, because even when he hit him, he had to jump on him. He hit him with the opposite end of the axe. I guess he didn't want to kill him. He wanted to find out more. But then he wasn't prepared for what was to come. The slash. Lalo was going for the Oscar. Like, I was actually full of like, shit, he actually like broke a rib or something. And then, nope. He just freaking slashed him like he was a Peaky Blinder. And then freaking cut his ankle. He actually chopped his ankle right off. Like, I did not even realize it at first. I thought he just hit him, like definitely fucked him up. And then the camera went to it afterwards. You see his ankle like barely dangling on. I'm like, oh my God, that was freaking brutal. So Lalo, I don't know if he's just taking out everybody. I still don't know what his actual plan is. I don't feel like he's being the most smart about it. It was definitely a smart move going to Germany or wherever the hell they are, tracking down Marguerite. But I feel like he could be using Ziegler's men for better purpose. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Let me know. But the last thing I do want to talk about before I really wrap things up here, and that's the actual plan, because we did see the judge, I think it's the judge, who had a broken arm. Now that I'm thinking about it, that must mean that Saul actually knows that he is being tailed and being followed by Howard and his PI. And as good as his PI is, like he's on him. Like, he's providing all the pictures to Howard. He must have spotted the whole reason why they did this whole plan, the scheme, and this actor that they got was for Howard's PI to actually take pictures of like some information being exchanged, some crooked stuff being done in regards to cases, I guess, in the court. And then Howard's going to try and topple them both, but that's going to go wrong. I don't know. I feel like that's more or less, I could be like a little bit wrong in regards to the full plan, the full scenario in D-Day, but I think that's basically the gist of it. Now they have to call an audible, but you saw at the very end of the episode, Kim was like, it's happening today. This ends now. And I don't think that's the smartest move. I think because of that, like, Saul was being the reasonable one there in that scenario when he's actually like, let's regroup, we have to call an audible, we have to huddle, think of a new plan, like this is not going to work. And then Kim's like, no, this ends now, this is D-Day, this is happening, let's do this today. I think that's going to be the fall of them, and I think Kim's going to get some shit. I think everything's going to blow up next episode, you know it is. It's the mid-season finale. I can't freaking wait, but yeah, I don't know what else to expect other than what I just predicted. I think that's it from me, guys. I definitely want to hear from y'all, though. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I ain't not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week.